Burger King.
10 months BAYBEEEEY.
Hello. Hello, everyone. I'm going to immediately request a vibe check because what I'm looking for here tonight is chill vibes only. Okay? So if there are not chill vibes, like I don't know if I want to start just yet. I don't know what that person just said. Wait, I can check it on the Twitch dashboard. I don't have to rely on reading it from anywhere else. Doesn't give the message. That's weird. Bridden Spenny, thank you for the subscription. Hello! How the vibes? Tell me of the vibes. I wish to know of the vibes. I don't need to see my face rendered back to me on Twitch. It's taking up bandwidth unnecessarily. Am I one of those commune Nazi leftists? No. I'm a fake leftist. I'm part of the synthetic left. What am I drinking? This is a Guinness, and right away that's going to set off some alarm bells. I should explain that in Canada, draft Guinness is actually vegan. I know that normally Guinness contains isinglass, which is a compound manufactured from fish guts. Not in Canada. Not draft Guinness. Guinness in a can. Draft Guinness will be vegan at some point in the future, but not quite yet. I don't know if isinglass is in Guinness. I know that it's used in the manufacturing of Guinness, so I don't know if that what that means to you. Not all beer. Hashtag not all beer is unvegan. You love my vids? Thank you, Aiden Walsh, for loving my vids. And Vaughn, thank you for the $2 and the little like that can feed our good friend Grumble Tom. I should put him up on the screen to guilt trip people so that they feel bad. He doesn't need to replace me. Although, given our relative popularities, that might not be a bad idea. Now you've learned the secret. This drawing of Grumble Tom has no legs. I know I always draw him looking the other way than I want to use him. Had my wisdom teeth removed, and I'm currently on Percocet, so I'm vibing pretty well. Like I could fall asleep any moment. When I had my wisdom teeth out, they just gave me Tylenol 3s. Which did very little for me. I mean, it killed the pain, but no recreational benefit. Which I wouldn't have used them for anyway, wink. Do I think the United States is on its way to civil war? Yes, I do. But this is a chill stream, and I don't know if I want to freak everybody out. But yeah, I do think that. I feel pretty confident in that. I feel bad now, money for the tum-tum. Don't actually feel bad. It's a little cartoon I drew as a goof and a gaff. They didn't give you anything, so they just yanked your teeth up? Cold? What are the two posters in the sewer background? One of them is a Sabotabby, and the other one I'm pretty sure is just like an anarchist flag. So the posters were put there by originally by Hammerbeam T Corp, who did the pixel version, and then then an artist called Hideous did the sewer version, and Hideous just recreated the pixel version in CGI. So I didn't actually put them there. I don't actually know where the original assets come from, because in my original pixel sewer, it was just a picture of the old cartoon Avatar I used to use, King Cuck, because it was a missing poster, which is an in-joke. But
Yummy chillest of biddies. ILU slimy. Red heart.
Thank you for the bits. Grumbletum enjoys bits. Pee pee poo poo. This is the type of engagement that keeps me coming back week after week. Is this a good stream for panicked people to watch? I mean, look, at the risk of tanking my own analytics, do whatever you feel is going to make you, if you're panicking right now, do whatever is going to help you relax. Like, go play a video game, watch a cartoon, you know, it's all good. I'm going to try and be extra chill. I'm trying to make this a chill stream for chill individuals. But, you know, if you are watching and you find that it's making your blood pressure go up, dip. You don't owe me nothing. What is the wrapped up pic behind you? New pretty? Wrapped up pic.
WOOW0.
Oh, this one? That is, I can't show you that. That's a photo of my wife with her niece.
My basement. I am ready to be chill while doing it. Smile.
We must all be chill. Grumbletum has a mouth. That's enough for Rule 34. Let's not sexualize Grumbletum. I don't need more of that in my life. What if heroin is how I relax? Well, if you're in Oregon, it's decriminalized, so that's good news. Can you play some lo-fi? How is this not lo-fi? Is Grumbletum based off a specific animal? They look like a squirrel-cat hybrid from first glance. I get commissioned by furries often, and I'm curious. I was kind of going for a Neopets vibe. I think more so than anything. I was trying to avoid a specific animal. I was just trying to go with, like, there's a lot of neotenous features. Just tried to make them floofy. Very, very much, because for those of you that remember, the original joke of Grumbletum was I was talking about emotional manipulation. So I kind of designed him to be like, you know, as corporately cute as possible, like the way Disney would design a cute character. So huge eyes and, big tail and all soft curves. In fact, I'd probably, in the next iteration of Grumbletum, I will probably round out his ears a little. Those pointy ears. And the little cheek tufts. No hard angles. That's how you keep something looking cute. Jill Vibes only here. I can tell Crankshaft 777 from the all caps how chill you're feeling right now. So, chat, I was watching The Surfs at twitch.tv/TheSurfsTV, and he showed me. Caleb Malpin has a great video of an Al Gore impression, and if you're very nice to me.
What do you think of them? What looks like? Pixel Bob crossed fingers PLSSTHQ.
If you're very nice to me, I will show it to you at some point tonight. Sorry, I didn't catch that question. Let me. Whoa! Our micro, thank you for the gift subs. That's very generous of you. Am I losing my dang gourd? Because I can never find bit questions when people give the bits. Your shelves changed, plants taking over. I am moving this shelf is the reason. Why cannot I find this message? In the activity feed, I see only that I was given bits. I see no... Is fan art accepted in general? That's like, I assume the way you meant that to be read was, is fan art accepted in general? Yes, of course. I don't know why people feel the need to ask me this question, because I feel like, you don't need my permission to draw me. That's none of my business. I have no rights. Thoughtful, slimeful, chillful. That's the Daft Punk song I've written. No, I'm just kidding. It's a message from Nathan Bays. Do you have any intention of covering Sleepaway Camp on Scaredy Cats? I mean, I sort of already did, right? In my video about is horror too problematic? It was mostly about Sleepaway Camp. So a more accurate title for that video might have been, is Sleepaway Camp too problematic? And I've really said everything I wanted to say about it. I might at some point do one on the sequels because they're fun, but I don't know. I did have a nightmare last night that I did more videos about Wishmaster. Like I made another series of videos about Wishmaster without realizing I'd already done videos about Wishmaster, and I was like, oh no, what am I doing? I've already done this. That's to give you an idea of the kind of nightmares that I have in my day-to-day life. Matching the amount I sent to Jackson a couple nights ago. Thank you for all the entertainment and education. This year's been wild, so I appreciate knowing we're not alone right now. You're never alone. Yeah, and I'm glad that I was able to entertain and educate you, but not engage. So I didn't entergage you. Godzilla's birthday was 2 days ago. Can you please say a word on the state of Godzilla? So... are they making, I heard somewhere that they were making a sequel to Shin Godzilla, and I would be very excited to see that, because I thought Shin Godzilla ended in a way, Shin Godzilla kicks ass. If you haven't seen Shin Godzilla, one of the best Godzilla movies in decades, probably since the Heisei period. But it ended in a way that was both like perfect for its own movie, like the movie's over, and it told a story and it got out and it's great, but it also left room open for a sequel in a way that it didn't feel would cheapen the original, which is really interesting. So I'm excited about the state of Godzilla, and if they just don't make a sequel, I'm cool with that too. I'm cool with Shin Godzilla being its own separate thing. But yeah, I don't know. I'm very excited overall, and thank you for the super chat. Holy shit, $90 US. That's more money than I've ever spent on a haircut. I needed these chill vibes tonight. Scary emojis. I'm glad, Galen Conrad. I'd like to talk to you sometime very soon about our collective messaging. What do you mean, Zutz? What, our collective messaging, like, as in, like, a broader strategy for online leftists? Could I do a video on Mausoleum? That movie rules. I think that's on Shudder, and it's one of those movies that I've you know, it's always been in the back of my mind. Like, I'm gonna watch. I haven't seen it, but it's one of the ones that.
We'd like to talk to you sometime very soon about our collective messaging.
It's been on my list of movies that you know, when I'm having a rough time, I'm gonna watch at some point. Are you super stoked about the election of far-left Antifa super soldier, communist, Democrat, liberal Joe Biden? Yeah, oh yeah, I'm over the moon with excitement about how that is happening, and my video tomorrow will evidence that fact. You know what's funny is that every time I criticized Joe Biden during the election, people were completely up my ass, like, you're spoiling the election, like, you know, you're everything that's wrong with the modern left, and you're just such a LARPing, role-playing, like, faux leftist. And today I posted a GIF of Hank Hill laughing at Donald Trump when Donald Trump said he was sad in an interview, and I got, like, people going, like, "Oh, why are you rooting for the neoliberal to win the election? Why are you celebrating this?" It's like, you just can't win. You just can't win. I don't know why you even try. But either way, it is the less shitty option. Someone asked if Grumbletum was gendered or a non-binary icon, and it's Grumbletum is a he. He uses he/him pronouns. As to what gender he is, that's up to you in your headcanon. Yeah, I pronounce it with a soft G, all right? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter stop pretending that this matters. Both ways of pronouncing the word, both GIF and GIF and GIF, all perfectly valid ways to say that word. Writing a research paper on free public college, any insights on the Canadian college system? Well, are you under the impression that the Canadian college system is free? Because it's super not. I super paid for my college. Or university. It's pronounced YIF. Mm-hmm. Just Google that. Google YIF.
It's pronounced Yif, Kapataka, 28 Valder.
What did I go to college for? Again, I misspoke. I went to university, not college, which is a distinction in Canada. I don't know if that's a distinction in the States, but I went for English literature with a minor in history. And then I dropped out before graduating my undergraduate degree. With enough credits in both my major and minor, the thing I was missing was a bunch of electives. So as far as I'm concerned, I did finish a degree. I just didn't finish the bullshit. Thoughts on plans for an upcoming TV series of Ginger Snaps? That sounds tight. I haven't seen Ginger Snaps since I was 13, and I didn't like it at the time, but I imagine I missed much of the nuance. Am I willing to uphold... I don't know how to pronounce. I've only ever seen this word written down. Hawk's highest posadist thought. No. Those are meme ideologies. Thank you for the chill stream. I love your cardigan. Where did you get it? I got it from an aunt for Christmas a couple of years ago, so You'll have to ask my aunt. I think it's from Old Navy. I can't. What does it say here? It is indeed from Old Navy. So it's fast fashion and it won't last long, but it's very comfortable. And it makes me look like an old professor.
A Herald Slime streams. Thank you for your sincerity, chill vibes, and emotional honesty. Any writing or research. Advice for someone hoping to start creating leftist video essay content when things cough.
Just do it.
In the US of A?
My advice is don't ask people to look over. Don't ask people if you're ready. Just post it and then show it to people like me. Apply to be in the eyeball zone, whatever that is, and just promote yourself. Like the worst thing you could do is just sit around agonizing about how to make content, right? Just make it. And I promise it'll be better than you think. What's better, McDonald's or Burger King? Also, what's your favorite food? That's a tough call. McDonald's, I like the burgers better. Again, can't eat at McDonald's because vegan. They don't have any even vegetarian burger options in Canada. So Burger King gets the edge in that. Sorry, I got this exactly backwards. Burger King, I like the burgers better. McDonald's, I like the fries better. Would be my view. Love your channel. How can we operate inside a system that only works for a few at the expense of others? Also, can we charge capitalism for murder? I don't think so, but I'm not a lawyer. That might be a question for Legal Eagle. How can we operate inside a system that only works for a few at the expense of others? I mean, you're already doing it, right? The answer is like you do the best you can, and then eventually, hopefully, we come together. Like you, first of all, organize with others. Like you can't do it alone. So the best thing you can do, find a local leftist organization, whichever one matches your particular foo-for-ahs, whether that be the DSA, the IWW, or even like, one of the ding-dong groups like the PSL or something, and work with them. And then there will be a lot of people, I promise you, who will have much better advice on the subject than I'm going to give you there. How do I feel about J-Reg? I have no problem with him. I don't get his sense of humor, I think. And that's not a dig on him. I just don't get it. Thoughts on the idea that the Democrats are conservative and Republicans are regressive? Certainly the best summation I've heard. I'd say, yeah, obviously I believe that. I very much agree with that assessment of the facts. It chuffs me, or not chuff, it chaps me when people call Democrats the left or leftists, which I know in the States, like, that's what people think are leftists, and it annoys the bejesus out of me. Thanks for making me an anarchist. Second of all, what's something chill that always makes you smile? First of all, you've always been an anarchist. I merely just helped you realize it. Second of all, you are something chill that always makes me smile. You cutie. Okay. Can I comment on the state of post-Halloween spooky? Ooh. I mean, I feel like if we're talking movies, I mean, I'm obviously scared out of my mind. So in that sense, it's going quite well. If we're talking movies, I feel like just movies in general have been really slow this year because of the virus. I want to join the IWW, but I don't have a job yet. You don't need a job to join the IWW. And dues are contingent on like what you make. So this is a common misconception. You do not need a job to join the IWW. Just you can't be a boss, so you can't have hiring or firing capacity. Obviously, you can't be a cop. What's Grumbletum holding? It's a little like button that he's nomming on. But it's backwards because I flipped the image. Are we ever going to meet your partner? Hell no. 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 I'm not going to expose my wife to you jackals. You kidding me? No. I love her too much for that. Take my money, senpai, thought so. Oh. What about Mothra? You don't have to be unemployed to join? No, I mean, you don't have to be unemployed. But you can join if you're unemployed. Would I ever stream Minecraft? I streamed Minecraft a few times. One time as a joke, and a few times seriously. People didn't like it. People got real upset about that. I might do it sometime just for me. Well, the problem is, like, I would love to do more streams, but, like, my wife needs to use this office too, so it's hard to do extra streams. Do I play TTRPGs? If so, what systems? Right now, I've been in a game of D&D 5th edition with Tristan Johnson of Step Back History for 2 years now, and it's a lot of fun. Ace Lime, I love your videos on the Wishmaster movies. Your descent into abject loathing was brilliant to watch. Well, I came around on Wishmaster 4. You may recall I conducted a scientific study on whether or not it owned. Join DSA today because of your direct action video. Join an org, you nerds. That's what I'm saying. Mothra's theme is Legendary Zilla. It is so disgustingly good. If I recall correctly, it goes Mothra, Mothra, like that. Is my wife Mothra? I'm not doxing my wife, no matter what kaiju she is. But because now I know the question will come up. Let me save you the super chat money. If I were going to marry a kaiju, it would be Gigan. All right, Gigan is the best kaiju. I will brook no argument on the matter. Hello, Papa Slime plus chat. I'm looking to diversify my leftist/historical YouTube feed. It is currently very cis and white, and I want varied perspectives. Check out the Eyeball Zone Masterlist, baby! I have deliberately made the Eyeball Zone, whatever that is, very inclusive. And I also did an episode that was all Black content creators. So that's another thing you could check out. The Shin Gojira question makes me need to watch that movie again and cry at its beauty, so bye. Thanks for all you do. I love 90% of all that you do, especially the epic Caleb Maupin dunking. Shin Godzilla is a fantastic movie. I am in favor of anyone going to watch Shin Godzilla. It is fantastic. If you've never seen it, by the way, it is very relevant to the situation right now because it's all about institutional barriers keeping young idealists from enacting better, more progressive policy. Longtime economic leftist, but you helped me become socially progressive too. Used to think that the world began and ended with Damani, but now I see that white/straight supremacy is an equally problematic issue, so thank you for that. You're welcome. Thank you, sir or madam, or in between. Why should one join the IWW? The IWW has a rich history of labor activism, and if you're looking to find a like-minded group of people to get out in the streets and do some good with, like, you pretty much can't do better, in my opinion. And on top of that, they can direct you towards like things like food serves with Food Not Bombs, anti-fascist community defense, and resources that you need if you are in some sort of dispute with your employer. It's basically it's a union. It's you join it because it's a union. Do I remember PJ Katie's Farm? Of course I remember PJ Katie's Farm. Any thoughts on the Minecraft 1.17 Cliffs and Caves update? I am so fucking hyped. You have no idea. I am like, this is like, first of all, bundles? That's going to change the game. Very excited about the the dad update. And the archaeology? Are you kidding me? Do you know if there's an age requirement for joining the IWW? I don't know offhand. I imagine if you're of the age of the majority, you know. Do you know if you can be a part of the IWW and work for the U.S. government? It is my understanding that you can, so long as you do not possess the ability to hire and fire people. But I don't know. Check that with them. I'm not 100% sure. My thoughts on Hedora for wife choice. Are you talking about Ghidorah? The three-headed king? Poor choice. I don't support monarchies. Would you talk about the paramilitary groups in South America financed by the U.S.? I don't know nothing about them. I'd have to do some reading before I could talk meaningfully on that subject. Have I seen Link 1986? If not, it has a killer orangutan, and it's pretty comfy overall. That I have not, but it sounds kind of like Shakma, the movie about a killer baboon. And in several scenes, you can see the baboon's clear erection. Nicole, thank you for the dancing avocado, it looks like. Maybe a pear. Do I have any comments on flamingos? Not even really pink. They just turn pink because they eat a lot of shrimp. Shrimp is the most environmentally destructive food on Earth. Fuck flamingos. And first of all, stand on both your legs. Why are you only standing on one leg? Get over it. Kamazat says, if only there was a Latinx content creator who focuses on South American, Mexican, and Central American issues. I mean, I think twitch.tv/Kamazat's altar has a point there. And if you were looking for something like that, maybe you could ask twitch.tv/Kamazats_altar where you can find that. Because I can't think of anyone off the top of my head. But good point, twitch.tv/Kamazats_altar. If I don't support monarchies, why do I always support Godzilla, King of the Monsters? I didn't say I supported Godzilla. I like his movies. What am I drinking? It's a Guinness. It's the last of my election night beers. I bought some beers for election night because there was no way I was going through that sober. If I had a fursona, would it be bird, mammal, both? Griffin or other? I would be a pig or a squirrel, I think. Am I doing tonight? I'll tell you how I'm doing tonight. Untrusted life. Chill as hell. Save a beer for when the winner is announced? That could be weeks from now. How willing would I be able to... How willing would you be to collaborate with other smaller leftists on projects about community aid, journalism, deplatforming fascists, and or education? So I'm always willing to collaborate, and I don't really consider the size of someone's audience when I do that. Here's the thing, though. Oftentimes I'll say that, and people will come at me with like a project where they expect me to do a lot of work that I don't necessarily have time to do, and they won't like explain what it's for, or it will be like exclusively for their benefit. So if you have something you want me to do, my email address is thoughtflameeditor@gmail.com. You can send me the info. I might not get back to you because, to be honest, I'm super busy and getting busier by the moment. But I always like consider these things. Thing is, just make sure that you're telling me like what you want me to do, what you expect from me, and like what the project is. Because the thing that annoys me the most is when people just send me an email. They're like, "Hey, want to collaborate?" And I say, "On what?" And they're like, "I don't know, a video." I'm like, "Oh, okay." No. But if you give me like a solid, like, here's what I want you to do, here's what I need from you, you're much more likely to get a collab out of me. Between the political commentary and the horror content, you're one of my favorite creators on the platform, so thank you. Thank you for your kind words, William Brees. Go right, loose seats, blame left. Derek Busby. I almost called you Derek Bubsy. What could possibly go wrong? So you're saying Drumbleton is your fursona? He's Grumbleton, and no. There's no pig about him. Nor is he Squirrel. He is Grumbleton. Anarch. Hello, Anarch. Everybody go subscribe to Anarch on youtube.com/Anarch, I hope. I hope you do have the URL. If you don't, you should probably grab that one. Hey, and also Trans 101. It's a Lily, formerly Gushin. Go subscribe there as well. Subscribe to everybody today. We didn't get legal weed. Here in Canada, we have so much legal weed. What did I dress as for Halloween? A kitty cat. You saw the videos. Political commentary is horror content right now. Ugh. This is a chill stream. Play the uke or your lib. It's way out of tune. Like, just listen to how out of tune it is. Oh. That's pretty bad. I haven't tuned it in a long time. I would have to get out my phone and tune this dang thing with an app. I also can't play it. I'm kind of semi-consistently in the process of learning how to play it. I can't strum on the dang thing. That's the part that I really struggle with. I can get the chords, no problem. But I cannot strum for the life of me on this dang instrument. I would love to be able to play the ukulele. You kidding me? It's a cute little instrument for a cute little guy. This music is not chill. I got the money. How do I pronounce Nevada? Nevada. The Nevada. I saw this video, and I'm just gonna steal their joke for my own clout now. But it was like a TikTok, and it was the guy saying, "Hey, it's not Nevada, it's Nevada." And then this lady says, "Well, you better Nevada up them votes then." Pretty funny stuff, this TikTok I saw. And now you're all laughing at me saying it. I've successfully stolen the joke. You're all laughing so much at my cool joke that I stole. There are phone apps to tune an instrument? Yes, I have a ukulele app. I will tune the ukulele if this pleases chat so. Let's see. Oh, do I not have it on my... Oh, no, I do. All right. Tuner. That one's fine. I should write a Thoughts Line theme song. I should. If I had any idea how to do music, I would. I'm using the wrong peg. See, that's what happens when you use the wrong peg. We're almost there. I'm having some trouble with this last string. My dog has fleas. Yeah. There you go. It's tuned. Is everyone satisfied? That is not tuned at all. How is it not tuned? G, C, E, E, A. A could use some work. Yeah. E is too high? Not according to the tuner. Play the Maniac Cop rap on your tuner. What sounds too high? The tuner says E. Tuner says A. That's perfectly tuned. You're all just trolling. Because you have a baritone, that's why. You think you can trust... I can't play anything. I cannot play the dang thing. I cannot play the ukulele. The H needs to be high. There's no H. Stop this madness. Have I played Splatoon? I have not. Do I have a capo? No, I don't. Put it in H. I'm not putting it in H. My dog has fleas. All right? That's 18 on ukulele. My dog has fleas. Thought Slime, go on capo. There's your joke. What is the most money that sweatpants should cost? Used or new? What's my next video going to be? It's about how come democracy didn't happen. You might notice there was no democracy. And the question I ask is, why not? The way you say capo exposed, you're a newfie. Not a big fan of that term. But your last name is Dumphy, so that does imply you're from Newfoundland, so I'll give you a pass. Why? How are you supposed to say it? Do you go to Valley Village? The joke I was making is that you're buying e-girl sweatpants. Capo? Really? Really? You're blowing my mind over here. It's pronounced capo. I did not know this. I've only ever heard capo. Like a mafia general. Wow. Yeah, I live in Mount Pearl and everyone says capo. Well, I think after I got all up on my high horse about the word Newfie, I can't make fun of Mount Pearl now. As much as I may like to. What's an e-girl? It's an electronic girl. I'm thinking of the right thing, right? A capo is the little thing that you put across the top of a guitar that holds all the strings down. That's the thing we're talking about? You can tell I'm not a music guy. Since you're all music experts, tell me what I'm doing wrong here. Aside from the tuning, because I'm sick of talking about that. Why can't I strum this dang thing? All right? Watch what happens. I'm going to try and strum. Tell me what I'm doing wrong. I'm doing something wrong. I want to know what it is. Why didn't that work? What did I do wrong? Here, I'll show you with my hands so you can see them a bit better. Why isn't it right? Loosen the wrist? I mean, that's better. Just use your thumb? Say... A pick? You don't use the pick with the ukulele. Side of thumb. So like here? You need calluses? I don't think you need calluses for strumming. That's not right. What am I doing here? Trying to do a G chord. Wow. It's been a while since I've practiced. Okay. This is embarrassing.
IBB, I'm a big fan of you code.
Use the back of my fingernails? Try soft, limp-wristed slapping. That's all I can do. Don't strum over the hole, strum over the board? Really? That's blowing my mind. Let me just... How do you do it with your thumb? I don't understand. Maybe it fell out of tune again? How dare you? My dog has fleas. It's fine. Less pressure, more flicking. Like that? You need to strum an actual rhythm. Baby steps! Thanks for the early plug. Thanks for the plug early in the year. E-zone. Don't know what that means. I got about 500 subs. I sent you a video about racist tropes, but the one that caught your eye was on directors of color for Batman, which made me LOL. I am a creature of habit. And I think that, yeah, if there's a video that's about Batman, it's going to catch my eye. Mr. Freeze is in the fucking thumbnail right now. Take care of my dog? I don't have a dog. Fucked up last time and didn't leave a message. Love the videos. They're always extremely cool and very good. Please keep it up. Hope you're chilling as hard as me and having a good one. And thanks again. That's a very nice message. Thank you so much. It's funny to me that you're like, oh, I forgot to leave the message. And then the message you just left is just really nice stuff. Oh, I forgot to tell him a bunch of nice stuff. Oh. Who would win in a fight? Dr. Giggles, the Ginger Dead Man, Jack Frost, or the Ice Cream Man? Regrettably, my heart says the Ice Cream Man, my brain says the Ginger Dead Man. The Ginger Dead Man is magic and he's friends with the evil Bong. So he's got allies. Ice Cream Man just makes killer ice cream. And he kills people to make his ice cream treats. I've been playing a few years and I'm on your Discord and stuff. I can help you at all with Uke. Let me know. I might take you up on that. I'm kind of, at this point, I'm thinking about paying for lessons. I used to be absurdly far to the right and you helped pull me back. I love you. Thank you for coming back, Cannibal Soup. It shows a good personal character that you can find your way back from that. Not a lot of people do. Phantasm Tall Man versus Witchmaster. Now you're... I mean, I think the Tall Man probably, because he can't die and he wouldn't wish. He's too smart. And also I'm wearing a Phantasm 2 t-shirt right now, so I gotta go with Phantasm. Opinions on older Fallout versions. To my eternal shame, the only Fallout games that I've played are 3, New Vegas, and 4. And of those, the only one that anyone likes is New Vegas. What is this meant to be? This ASCII shit right here. It is not displaying... Is it meant to be 2 butts? Is that 2 butts that you're typing here? Because let's stop that. Let's stop your butt posting. It's just 1 butt. Okay. Either way, no butts in chat. What's everyone's favorite psychedelics, even if they've never had any? I cannot be compelled to answer that question. If you're a cop, you have to tell me. Best Mr. Freeze line in Batman and Robin? It's when the police go, freeze! And he goes, no, that's Mr. Freeze. And he freezes them. What are your thoughts on Blackula and Scream, Blackula, Scream? I'm going to be honest, I've never watched the whole thing. I did tune in during the highly insensitive screening of Blackula when the George Floyd protests just started. Shudder was like, oh, well, I guess we'll show Blackula on the Shudder has a thing where they take something random out of their library and just throw it up as like Shudder TV, and you can just tune in with a bunch of other people and watch a TV show like you would watch it on TV, coming in like, you know, whatever's on. So they showed Blackula, and I was amazed, like, that it's actually a really good movie. Like, it is actually very compelling. And the guy who plays Blackula, whose name escapes me, is really good. Like, he's really scary and really, like, compelling to watch. Like, he really commands attention. Recently found your channel, so glad it exists. Thank you, Super Pooper. Thoughts on Evil Dead? Big Evil Dead fan. William Marshall played Blackula. Alright, William Marshall did a fantastic job. That's my opinion on your role as Blackula, sir. Yo, bro, can you, like, say my name for my producer tag? Probably not, looking at it. Can you spell it out phonetically? Because I'm going to say it wrong and look like quite the fool. What's your favorite Jaws movie and why is it Jaws 4? My favorite Jaws movie would be the fictional Jaws movie proposed by Nick Lustro that has a gremlin shark in it. Hadakashi. Hadakashi. If that's a ligma, you got me. Does Shudder have enough for people who aren't at all into horror to warrant a sub? No, it's a horror streaming service. Why would you sub to it if you don't like horror? It doesn't make any sense. When I was younger, I started watching some games journalists who were really just right-wing propaganda. I kept watching and fell deeper and deeper. At one point, I thought abortion was murder, thought that Obama ended racism, thought that feminism was sexist and bad, and even believed in the white replacement. I thought that the world was anti-white and racist against whites and straight people. Then one day I found one of your videos. None of that seems relevant to video games. I don't know why they would say that type of stuff. Just kidding. Yes, I do. Because it's entryism. When my brother was 5, my dad showed him Phantasm and it scared the hell out of him. We never remembered what it was called until your videos. Thanks. You're welcome. And you play a good game, boy. If you and Mr. Dapperton had a baby, would it be a mutualist? No, we would not have a baby. It just wouldn't happen. I reject your question. I'm afraid of my own mediocrity. I really struggle with motivation and I place very high expectations on myself and then never meet my goals. I don't know what to do with my life. Mood. I don't know if it makes you feel better, but I feel exactly the same way most of the time. And I'm sure a lot of people in chat do as well. What's a subject you could rant about for a long time? Obviously the Wishmaster or Phantasm films. Batman the Animated Series. And the larger DC animated universe. Is that a white Nintendo 64 on your shelf, or am I blind? I don't know what you're referring. I don't have a white Nintendo 64 on my shelf. Are you talking about this? This is a bunch of picture frames that have no pictures in them just yet. Tilted slightly? What are you talking about? It's picture frames. What anarchist literature should I read? I don't know. What have you read already? Did I see the article suggesting Matt Berry as Batman? Pretty sure they got the next Batman figured out. Pretty sure it's going to be Bob Pattinson. Speaking of DC Comics, do you watch Linkara? I watched many episodes of his History of Power Rangers. Beyond that, not really. No shade. Could I give Grumbletum a pat for you? I can try that. There you go. What is this Omnisia thing? What is this? What is the bit here? Blessing of the Omnisia be upon you, engineer, slime thoughts, praise be the machine spirit. I don't know what that is, and I don't know what it means, and I'm worried. It's from Warhammer 40,000.
Blessings of the Omnissiah be upon you, engines here, slime thoughts, praise be the machine spirit.
I know nothing of Warhammer. What's a good starting place for reading leftist theory? I'm still a babby anarchist. I guess I would give the same answer I would always give, which is you start with the ABCs of anarchism. Then you go with Anarchy Works by Peter Gelderloos. And round that out. For dessert, if you complete that homework, you can read The Conquest of Bread. Then and only then, you would also want to read On Anarchy by Malatesta, and A People's History of the United States, if you live in the United States, is required reading. Hello, Casey Raiders. You were playing... So you just sent people in here, into my chat, to say something to me without context? Can you imagine if I went around doing that to people? I'm a YouTuber myself. I keep wondering how much of a responsibility I have as a leftist to bring these issues into my content. I guess this is your username. I don't know how to pronounce it. Sweeb Henny? What do you think? Is it responsible to remain apolitical in this day and age? I don't think it's possible to remain apolitical. And I think that you don't have a responsibility to add those things into your content, but you know, I don't think you should shy away from it necessarily. I don't think you're going to put off people like you think you might. I would like to have Anger Scrim's baby. Well, he's dead. Favorite horror video game with a story? I don't play a lot of horror video games because I get too scared. I get too scared of them. Chomsky's like the McDonald's of anarchism? I'm sorry. Okay, I didn't say anything about Chomsky. Can't believe Grumbletum's graced you with his presence. Grumbletum works for me. Oh, that's why Dot Slime sounds familiar. My brother started watching you lately. Cool brother you got there. You should play Resident Evil 7. Man, why? I don't want to get scared. I don't like it. I don't want it. I have played Phasmophobia. Please compose a song about the dumb Trumpers vote counting protests in Detroit. I don't make songs. Why are you asking me to make a song? All my history comes from Gordon Lightfoot, so sing USA History. I can't do songs. I'm not a songwriter. You're going to have to go to Patricia Taxon. I suffered from DPDR for over a decade. I don't know what DPDR is. I'm sorry. I finally found reality after years of effort and accepting I am trans. It would mean a lot if you said, your realness is showing in a suggestive tone. Thank you for your videos. In a suggestive tone. Like I'm hitting on you? Like, your realness is showing. Like that? Is that what you, does that help? Is that what you wanted? Oppressor of the Grumbletum class. He gets all of the money. I'm not oppressing him. I merely take care of the logistics and I give him all of it. I'm losing out on the deal here. Horror games are scarier than any movie. Yeah, because with a movie, you don't have to drive the plot forward. You can just watch, and it's not happening to you. It's happening to Jamie Lee Curtis. Play RE7 while writing a song in your sick ook. How did you and Grumbletum first meet? I went on a website that introduces content creators to cartoon drawings they made to illustrate points in videos. About, I believe J-Station was the video that I introduced Grumbletum. By the way, after that video, J-Station left YouTube, so I did it, everybody. It has nothing to do with the fact that he's going to jail.
Especially 2024 in America, but our end, we need to do more vocally. Protect trans lives and rights and make sure we protect and speak up for marginalized.
Indeed. AM Gitlitz's book about Posadism is both a deep dive into history and wildly hilarious. Highly recommended if you have some spare time. I don't know anything about real Posadism. I only know it as a meme. And I guess I'm just kind of inoculated to the wackiness of it. I think I would like to read that book. If it's anything like that...
I understood the weakness of my flesh. It disgusted me. I craved the strength and certainty of steel. I aspired to the purity of the blessed machine. Your kind cling to your flesh as if it will not decay and fail you. One day the crude, biomass you call a temple will wither and you will beg my kind to save you. But I am already saved.
Casey, are you becoming a mechie? Is that your thing now? Have you gone from sloth to cow to machine? We will not be eating Grumbletum. Don't scare him. He's getting skittish. That's from Warhammer? Yeah, I know. I was playing along. I'm sorry. I thought I could bring together songwriter leftist YouTube and be a Quincy Jones type. I wish I could write songs. Maybe that's something I should do as a quarantine hobby. Have I read Emma Goldman's essays on anarchism? I have, and I've also read My Disillusionment in Russia. And yeah, I felt like I was, with Emma Goldman's writing, it felt like being thrown into an argument that I wasn't having. I'm like, yeah, I know. I agree with you. I don't know who you're arguing with. Is there a good way to give you the money without a tax going to Google or Amazon? Ko-fi, I think. But also don't at all feel compelled. But Ko-fi, I think, doesn't take a fee. Is one you could do. But either way, you don't gotta do nothing. Just keep being you. Jay Dunstan, thank you for the $5 United States dollars. Have I forgotten the Middle East and the occupation of Palestine? What is my stance regarding Israel? Should it be abolished? Just curious. I'm pretty sure you never addressed it on your channel. My opinion is that Israel is not unlike any other settler colonialist project in that it should be dismantled. That does not mean, however, that the citizens of Israel should be sent, back away from the country. Much like I don't think that every white Canadian should be sent back to Europe. But obviously the people of Palestine deserve justice. And yeah. How did you get into leftism, assuming you weren't born into it? Perhaps... not surprisingly, from YouTube videos, and then a lot of reading afterwards. I was like, this sounds like nonsense, but I don't know enough to explain why. And then I read a bunch of books. I'm like, no, turns out I do agree with it. Have I ever gone to a protest? I've gone to several. Have I ever thought about making a video about ableism? I've thought about it. It's one of those, it's a very big idea. So if I were to make a video on ableism itself, it would require a lot of research. Can we have Grumbleton back, please? If you stop talking about eating him. He's scared. Good night, Casey. I can't hear you. Wait, never mind. I muted you. That makes sense. What time is it? in the Americas right now. In the Eastern Standard Time Zone, it is 9:11. Yes, obviously I would get disabled people to talk about ableism if I were to make a video about it. Reminds me of that tragedy. Are you going to say of Darth Plagueis the Wise? Nosbles or end caps? I'm not... what's the difference? Thank you for teaching me tons of stuff. I feel like I'm really old to change my politics completely, but it happened. Aren't we all? I'm impossibly old. I am so old that my dusty old bones are full of green dust. Have I heard about the Gravel Institute? And if so, what are your opinions on it? I'm not... I'm not especially optimistic about the Gravel Institute. I don't think that, like, getting a bunch of rich celebrities is necessarily the way to go about fighting PragerU. How old are you? I am 35 Canadian years old. Do you think people would be interested if I made a video on anarcho-herbalism? BS, love your content, thanks for existing. I've never heard of anarcho-herbalism. And I don't know if it means like farming or you mean the weed. Either way, I'm in. I almost got fired recently. I had a man say he paid me because I couldn't refund him. I had a man say he paid me because I couldn't refund him. I corrected him and told him he never paid me, but I pay into Social Security and I was happy to. I think I got lost somewhere in this sentence. Are Canadian years the same as USA years? It's on the metric system. Am I old enough for my hair to be pulled up but not out? Well, if a skeleton came to life and it pulled my hair up, then it could get my bones, which are the money. But if it pulled my hair out, it would turn back to bones. If that helps. Big Joel's here. If the police are looking for him. I would normally not cooperate with the police, but to capture the world's largest criminal. Joel, you're probably looking to collect $6 from me. And until you're looking at the illegal votes, and I'm only looking at the legal votes. And until Joe Biden wins with the legal votes, I don't owe you $6. But I will pay you in the event that he wins the Electoral College. The $6. This is the price that I pay for my pessimism. I didn't refund his money and he said he paid my salary for the day. I told him the company was keeping his money and not me. Then I mentioned Social Security and how I don't mind paying it. I see now. I always way more stoned. I don't think you do, because you're full of gas. It's going to make you lighter, if anything. It's going to, because you're filling up with gas, so it's going to reduce your weight. Because that's how people get stoned, is they swallow a bunch of gas, and then it sits in their tummy, and then they blow up like a balloon, and then they're lighter. You almost made me do a spit take. Have I seen all 5 of the Carnosaur films? I thought there was only one Carnosaur film. You're blowing my mind over here. Is that $6 American or Canadian? It is $6 American. That was established in the terms of the bet. Cody plays the guitar. Yeah, Cody's very talented. I get it. I'm not Cody. Should be €6. Cody just made a movie. He did. It was about time travel. Mainly. And nothing else. I didn't follow the subtext of it at all. Also, let me go off on Cody here in this movie. I watched this whole movie. Let me tell you. The whole thing, he keeps making references to the Super Mario Brothers movie. And he calls Luigi, he names him Luigi. And hey, Cody, if you've seen that movie as many times as you claim to, you would know his name is not Luigi. It's Luigi Mario. That's why they're the Mario Brothers. Their last name is Mario. That's the joke in the movie. I call bullshit on the idea that you've seen this movie as many times as you claim that you have in the video. Because if you did, you would remember the scene where they're processing Mario and Luigi at the processing station, and the guy's like, "Who are you?" And he says, "I'm Mario." And he goes, "What's your last name?" He says, "Mario." And he goes, "Mario." Mario goes, "Yeah." And he goes, "How about you?" And he says, "I'm Luigi." He says, "Oh, let me guess, Luigi." And he goes, "No, Luigi Mario." It's the best joke in the movie. It's the best dang joke in the movie. Fuck. He literally doesn't say that? He does at the end. He does say it. You don't know what you're talking about. Says the guy who called Tom Nook a raccoon. Okay, he is a raccoon, okay? Here's the thing. In the official Japanese, he's a tanuki. Here, in the English translation, it is canon, according to Nintendo of America, that he is a raccoon. So live with it. Give me your top 10 horror movies. Okay. Number 1, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Number 2, Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3. I'm not going to do 10. I'm going to do 5 because I'm just not mentally prepared right now. Return of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Reanimator, The Vivitch. That's 6, so I'm already gone beyond what I said I would. Evil Dead 2. Where are we at? I think I would need like some time to sit with it before I could go much farther than that. These people could literally look up the script to know that Luigi's last name is not Mario, but they'd rather just continue to be wrong. I know. Oh, the thing should be, oh my God, what's wrong with me? The Thing should definitely be high on that list. These are in no particular order, by the way. The Vivitch? Yeah, what's wrong with the Vivitch? What's wrong with the Vivitch? Tell me. Lighthouse don't rank? I mean, I like the Lighthouse. I don't think the Lighthouse is as good as the Vivitch. And that's saying something because I really like the Lighthouse. How has married life changed you? Are you grumpier now? The main change is I wear this ring all of the time. And then I will put it down and forget where I put it. And if I leave the house, I'm like, oh no, I lost my wedding ring forever and I'm going to get in trouble. Not with my wife, but with just like, I don't know, the church. What do I think about American Psycho? It's fine. Do the I hate my wife jokes make sense now? They make less sense now. That is a really fucked up thing that we all just agreed to for a long time. No, I'm not religious. It was a joke. Have I seen 28 Days Later? I have indeed seen 28 Days Later and 28 Months Later. Or 28 Weeks Later, rather. I really like 28 Days Later. I did not care for 28 Weeks Later. And I don't care who knows it. Just did a sketch of Grumbletom to break some art block. Is a Twitter post a good way to share it with you, or is email better? Either works, but you can throw that up on Twitter. I will RT. Unless it's a horny drawing. Not going to get caught out on that. Have I seen Session 9? I watched it once, like 10 years ago, and I was really sleepy. And I was just kind of bored, to be honest. And it's another one of those movies that got really overhyped for me. People were like, this movie gets in your head, and it's so, like, it's gonna fuck with you. And I watched it, and I'm like, yeah, I get it. This isn't interesting. But I don't know, maybe I should give that one another shot. Opinions on Cloverfield? I haven't seen the first one, but I quite liked 10 Cloverfield Lane. How about Cigarette Burns? I haven't watched that one in a long time. All of those Masters of Horror shorts, I haven't watched any of those in like forever. Midsommar was good. I didn't like it as much as Hereditary, but I liked it fine. What is anarchism? I've grown up in a super conservative area of the United States, and I lean extreme left, and your videos resonate with me, but also when I look up anarchism, it doesn't seem to mesh. Anarchism is the idea that authority should not be, or rather, authority... Oh my god, I'm forgetting my super tight definition. The idea that authority, often referred to as hierarchy, but more properly understood as authority, it should not be taken for granted. It should not be assumed to be justified. The onus is on an authority or an authority structure to demonstrate beyond the... to meet the burden of proof required to demonstrate that it is both beneficial and necessary. Otherwise, be dismantled and replaced with a horizontal system. And basically what that means is nobody's in charge of anybody if we can help it. Everybody's equal, and to the best of our ability, no one has power over anyone else. Unless it absolutely can't be helped. The thing is, you're likely an anarchist about many things, right? Like, you probably believe already that most people should be treated equally under the law. You probably believe already that, for example, everybody should get one vote, or that everybody has the same rights, the same human rights, or that, you shouldn't treat people differently based on arbitrary imposed hierarchy like skin color, gender, sexual orientation, things like that. These are all anarchist positions. An anarchist goes one step further and it says all authority, all of it, it has to prove itself before it is allowed to be, or it is considered to be valid. And some go so far as to say that it is never valid. And I don't know if that's necessarily something I agree to, but I think it depends on how you define the terms, and I think there's a lot of wiggle room in that, but generally an anarchist agrees that the state and capitalism are unjust hierarchies and should be dismantled and replaced with horizontal systems. Have I seen District 9? It's great. It's a great movie. I'm still waiting on that sequel. Hello, the Serfs. I was telling everybody here about how I watched the Caleb Maupin Al Gore impression, and I will show it to my chat. The Caleb Maupin impression I saw on twitch.tv/thesurfstv is where I saw that. In case you're wondering where you can see cool stuff like that, that's where. Are there any power structures you think could be justified? Again, it depends on how we define power structure. Like, you could argue, say, that if someone is teaching a guitar class, right? They're like the head of the class. They have power over the class in a sense, right? I wouldn't argue that that's necessarily authority. I wouldn't argue that it's coercive authority, but you could argue that that is a power structure that is justified. I think a lot of the way that this debate tends to go is that people operate on different definitions of what is and is not a power structure, and then use one definition to make an example or like fight someone's example by using a different definition, and it just becomes this useless back and forth of navel gazing that is no true anarchist nonsense that drives me up the wall. As an evil authoritarian socialist, I agree that no unjustified hierarchy should exist. I mean, I would think that everybody would. This is why I don't like the definition of anarchism, that is, an anarchist believes unjust hierarchy should be dismantled. Because, yeah, no shit, everybody thinks that. If you agree that it is unjust, then it should be dismantled. But an anarchist would suggest that all authority is unjustified by default and must therefore justify itself, is the difference. To me, anyway. If J-Reg came out as a lefty, you two doing a skit together would be amazing. I'm pretty sure that guy's a lefty. I don't think you got much to worry about there. Please differentiate between systematic and interpersonal power / authority structure. LOL. So this is the thing. Is like, I'm going super high level here. So yes, there's a difference between someone having power and someone having power over others, which is essentially the difference between interpersonal power and authority. So the word authority can mean two things. It can mean like, you know, you're an authority on a subject. Like, you know, you're a historian. You're an authority on history. That is not the type of authority that anarchists have a problem with. Bakunin said, on the authority of boots, I refer to the bootmaker. I'm not getting the quote exactly right, but you get it. The type of authority that we take issue with is the ability to impose things on others, to make rules that other people must obey. I wanted to tell you that your videos helped me fully develop my beliefs and understand anarchism. Love you and hope you're doing well. I hope I did better in the videos than I'm doing right now. I am now retweeting the Grumble Tom photo. It's not horny. It gets a retweet. Do I have any updates on the black trans woman who died in police custody in Toronto? I don't have updates. I know that the officers were acquitted. There's no criminal charges proceeding against them. Fucking, of course. And as far as I know, they're looking for witnesses. So if you or anyone you know lives in the Toronto area and has any information about it, you know, get in touch with them. Not with the police, with the, I don't know the name of the advocacy group, but yeah, I'm sure you can find it online. You make great vids and I've been watching a lot to avoid uni work. What are your thoughts on the clipping horror albums? I don't know what that means. I don't know what that is. Thoughts on the Stone Toss problem? How do you deplatform someone who owns their own means of distribution, i.e. his website? So to me, deplatforming would just mean like, don't give him a platform, which you can't take away someone's platform. You never have the ability to do that. Just don't share his work. And you know, saying that, I'm someone who shared it with 500,000 people, but I did that under to criticize it and show why I think it's dangerous. So one thing I wish people would fucking stop doing, stop making edits of Stone Toss comics and like leftist edits, because what that does is the more people see Stone Toss comics, that art style, and agree with it, you know, they see a little comic and they're like, oh, I like that, I like this comic, and they don't know it's an edit. And then when they see it anywhere else, it's now normalized to them. They think this is just a thing that's going around the internet. Like they don't necessarily pick up that that's not what the original comic said. All they see is like, oh, it's that comic I agreed with that time. You know, I think that's a really dangerous game to play. Long live Thought Slime, but also long live Stalin. Stalin's dead and I'm alive. I win. A pixelated hippo chomps on a one-up. Now the hippo can't be killed. Do I have anything on the whole socialism equals Venezuela thing? I also wonder how to explain to someone that the world isn't just as bad as people go to jail, don't do bad. Bad people go to jail, don't do bad things, and bad things won't happen to you. Well, I mean, the fact of the matter is that the overwhelming majority of people, at least in the United States, who are in prison didn't receive a trial, so there's no way of knowing whether or not they did something bad. They accept a plea bargain that puts them in jail, because if they don't, it means they have to submit to a trial where they could get a far worse sentence, and they don't have the money to defend themselves. Secondly, in terms of the whole socialism equals Venezuela thing, ask people if they think their boss is smarter than them, if their boss knows how to do their job better than they do. And if so, if they think that all bosses everywhere are like that. And if they think that they're just too dumb to be a millionaire. Is that the reason they're not rich? Is they're just dumb? You know? And then you explain, no, here's what socialists believe. We believe that the workers should own and control the means of production and that which the means of production create. Please debate Destiny? I'm not a debate streamer. What would I debate him about? Hey, Thought Slime, I think you're a dummy. Well, I don't think I kind of do think I'm a dummy, but I'm not going to have a debate about it. Have any right-wingers asked you to debate them? I think before they all realized what a charlatan and coward I am, many tried. I don't think debate is a very good use of time. And if I were going to debate someone, it would be to make fun of them. Thoughts on Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2? Love Chop Top. Pear turning around and waving his hand saying, "Hey you," while lowering his glasses. What's my favorite Mario Kart? I'm sorry, but it's Mario Kart 64, the best one. Like, I think that if I tried to debate someone, even if I knew more than them or was more prepared than them, I think I would lose because I would become very flustered very quickly and I would just be very mean to them and call them names. Should I give The Exorcist a watch? The movie or the television series? This changes my answer dramatically. Anarchy equals individualism equals right wing. No, it doesn't, and historically it hasn't. And also, individualism doesn't mean right wing. That's nonsense. Read any politics that were written before the 80s, please. Have I seen the new Invisible Man? I loved it. I made a whole video about it. The best Mario Kart is the least popular one. So the Super Nintendo one? Double Dash is good. I like Double Dash. I haven't played the ones after Double Dash, so I couldn't comment on them. Destiny doesn't think lobbying affects politics? What the fuck? How does he justify that position? So is Day of the Dead the most anarchist Romero movie? It probably interrogates the notion of authority more than the others, right? I would say Night of the Living Dead probably, because it's all about basically put a bunch of people in a room and like toxic masculinity and racism drive them mad. I think all of them have a pretty strong libertarian streak through all of them. My opinion. I would say though that the bad guys of the Day of the Dead being the military give it an anarchist lean as well. And I say that so that I can bring up the fact that the movie contains the best line of all time, which is, of course, I'm running this monkey farm, Frankenstein, and I want to know what the hell you're doing with my time. Yo, dog, can you play that ukulele? I obviously can't. I tried earlier and it went badly. Our pasta this evening is a squid ravioli with lemongrass broth with goat cheese. I'm gonna struggle with this word. Profiteroles. I also have an arugula Caesar salad. All right. It's a very nice sounding dinner. I ate two plant-based hamburgers with plant-based mayonnaise. Hi, slime. Have some of my Australian money. It's regular money, but it's upside down. Gotten into your stuff over this year, especially the last few months, and honestly, it's helped me get through the madness of COVID and lockdown. I'm glad. I'm hoping to keep people's spirits up. Destiny said that they would ask for more money to actually change their mind. But that concedes that it does work. That whole argument. So he's saying that that's what lobbying is, Destiny. Wow. Oof. Oofa doofa. Wow. Speaking as someone who has debated Destiny, I can tell you it's a mistake. Halfway through the debate, he pulled down his pants and shat all over the room, humiliating me. I missed that one. Do you have the VOD? Prove it, Ron. Prove that happened. Because it sounds to me like you're talking shit. Sounds to me like you're making it up. Prove it. Smiling face with hard eyes. Thank you.
Would you ever consider it for Scaredy Cats?
Thanks for being the only leftist YouTuber that has mentioned Libra software. Libra. I'm assuming you're talking about when I briefly mentioned open source software and why the web is communist, with talking about the fucking new Linux and stuff. I'm probably not the best advocate for that, because I famously did not enjoy my time on Linux. We also have rare roasted partridge breast with a Sorrelton bow and grilled free-range rabbit with herb French fries if you prefer. Wait, do you have any vegan options? If not, I'll just have water, please. And yet you came for my Takis. What do you mean I came for your Takis? It's just they're artificial flavor sticks. They're disgusting. What are you reading? I just ate. I'm too full. I'm not doing the reading I should be doing. I'm halfway through God Emperor of Dune and The End of Policing. Is Mark Fisher worth reading as someone who hasn't read a lot of theory yet? By the way, another Australian who loves your content. The only things I've read by Mark Fisher are Capitalist Realism and against the vampire castle essay, the title of which escapes me. I would say that Capitalist Realism is worth a read, though I think it is slightly overhyped. Everyone, pardon me for but a moment. I must whiz. I will return. Yeah, I tried Linux. Yeah, I did. Because I went to computer school. You had to use Linux for the programming. You could also use Mac OS. What do you call the OS of Macs anymore? Is it just called Mac OS? Am I wrong? You could use that as well, but I don't own a Macintosh computer because they're very expensive. Linux is free if you do not value your time. Yeah, pretty much. I was on Ubuntu, baby's first Linux distro. Oh no, he's back. Pretend we weren't chanting piss. Well, if you weren't chanting piss, that's great. If I didn't have the money for the computer, it'd be Hackintosh. I don't know. I grew up on Windows. Windows is fine, except it wants you to update all the time. It doesn't let you not do it. We were chanting piss. Don't narc, soft and punk. No narking. Love your stuff. You're one of the funniest humans on YouTube. Still not on... Wait. To specify humans is a little strange. I guess there are a lot of cats on YouTube. Still not 100% sold on anarchism, but What do you think are some concrete changes that are attainable in the near future that can get us closer? I mean, basically building up mutual aid structures, building up dual power structures. I think food serves and things like that, like being involved in your community and providing things for people's material needs and learning. Like community gardens are a great example of a thing that, you know, you don't have to depend on the state or, you know, charity. You can just go out and do it. If I understand the question correctly. The problem with real life is there's no danger music. I don't know if that's the biggest problem. Look at all these emojis Lance is posting. Those are all my emojis. I had a sort of idea for a new YouTube channel I would like to make. Could I email you for some advice? No need. Here is my advice. Make the channel. Just make it. You're thinking, oh, what if I don't? What if it's no good? Who cares? Who cares? Just make it. Put it up. Just post. Just do it. You're fine. Make it. Thought Slam is the funniest human on YouTube, fourth funniest overall. What is the loot table for Slime Lords like? A Blu-ray DVD combo of Ghoulies 1 and 2. And 17 crisp Canadian dollars. Make the channel is all I'm saying. Here's the thing. You're never going to make a good YouTube channel by not making YouTube channels. So might as well start. And if it's not, if you don't like it, once you've done it for a while, then stop. Why stop before making it? Just make it. How does this government aid like unemployment or health insurance line up with anarchism? Well, our opinion would be that it's a band-aid solution. Obviously I'm going to advocate for it because I believe in anything that helps working people in the interim. But the reason that people need unemployment support is because they were made unemployed and their basic needs are not being met unless they have the money, right? And the reason they need health insurance is because if they don't, then they're gonna... Wait, what's going on? Stream go down? Lag? Stream too bad? 1 second, I'm gonna see if my wife is doing something on the internet. Slime Wife is uploading photos. Love your vids, keep it up. Thank you, I will. Only because you said so.
Three-month baby.
3 months, baby! The lag will resolve itself soon. The deep state is not taking down this stream. I will promise you that. You may experience buffering. If you chant piss, the stream will get its power back. You have to believe and chant piss for the stream. Chant piss to bring the stream back. This is annoying. Oh boy. I can't fix it. There's nothing I can do about it. It's hard to tell if it's getting better. Well, I'm seeing a lot more piss, so... the Thought Slime Entertainment Zone is taking a little break. I'm rethinking my content strategy on that channel. And we're going to be back soon. Don't worry about that. No, stop hiding the word piss. This is not my doing. And we're back. Hello. Welcome back, everybody. We're at a full, healthy little baby stream. Refresh your feed if it's not looking good to you. Do I have any advice for how to help people get past their internalized status default settings? I mean, I would turn that question to people like Bakunin or Proudhon or Malatesta. You're never gonna like. The thing is, you only have so much control, right? And while we live in a state, you can't really change it by yourself. Like, it's if you mean like how to get over the mindset of like needing it, I would ask like what it is you feel you need it for, like what you feel it does for you, or what you think a state is that it's doing something for you that is beneficial, that couldn't be done in the absence of a state, I guess would be my question for you. I learned about the facts of life by watching The Facts of Life. Thank you for chanting piss, everybody. That's what did it. That's what got us back. Why is that message deleted? This perfectly wholesome. Nightbot, you're a prude. Should I drink the rum and Coke I have in my fridge? See, the way you phrased it makes it sound like you have a pre-mixed rum and Coke in your fridge. And if so, yes, you should drink that. That's a weird thing to have in your fridge. Don't ask questions about what I do sex-wise. That's Don't do that. We don't... This is not a question I will discuss. I like you despite the fact that you look a lot like my stepdad. Mood. I know how you feel. There's so many fictional characters that look like my abusive stepdad that just drive me fucking up the wall. How does it feel to say wife now? Very nice. Are you satisfied? Is that what you wanted? Play Disco Elysium? I don't know if it's my kind of game. Who is the hottest Marvel actor? It's Chris Evans, obviously. One man's shit is another man's piss. How can I get over my crawling existential dread? I think you mean your creeping existential dread. Otherwise, that's a spider. Hit it with a newspaper. That's what Garfield does. What's my wife's name? You wouldn't know her. She goes to a different school in Canada. Would you be willing to do an intro to theory video, Thoughtslam? Like a reading list, you mean? I should probably do that because it's a question I get a lot. But I did do like an intro to anarchism type of series. You can find it in the playlist on my channel. It's called Q and Anarchy. They're very old, and they're not as good as the videos I make now. But they'll sort you out. Nilbog, that's you see that's goblin backwards. Is the thing about Nilbog that you might not know. My Twitter bio says any all. Yeah, I used to go he him, but people started using that as an excuse to get real self-righteous against people who accidentally said the wrong thing. And I don't like people using me in a way to like talk down to people, so I changed it.
Hey Scaredy Matt, what other unfiction spooky web series do you like?
Well, as I said in the video, I love Hi, I'm Mary Mary. I love Marble Hornets. I love Tribe 12.
She's amazing. She and her NB indigenous cuz that does Nettlebroker big leftos. Petscop is art. Dad Feels is also great. Kraneger's bout Smile Guy and Magical World of Anya are terrifying. PS spiders. Good look up jumping spiders. They chase laser pointers.
I'm not looking at that. I'm not familiar with a lot of these. This is not where we left those. Petscop. I do know Petscop and I know Dad. Those are both great. But the rest I'm not really familiar with. I mean, jumping spiders aren't unfiction. Also, I did not know the term unfiction. I know it now. Thank you. That was the biggest comment on that video. It's like, it's unfiction. There's a word for it. It's unfiction. You gabagool, they would say. Do you know from an angle you look like Dizzy Gillespie? Salt Peanuts, Salt Peanuts. I don't know who that is. I assume they're quite good looking. How do you think that beloved brands would be remembered like Super Mario and anarchists? So I think the question you meant to ask is how would they be remembered in an anarchist society? And it's like the same way that stuff was remembered before we had brands. Like Robin Hood was a story that was passed down for generations, but nobody copywrote it, right? Like the oral tradition of storytelling, you know, dates back as long as there's been people. Like, good art is not going to struggle to find an audience, especially when you remove the barriers that artists would have to produce that art. And also, you would be free to make a Super Mario game. And maybe you would make a better one than Nintendo would.
How much do you love Caleb Loppin?
More than words can express. I love him and his various fascist tendencies. They're great. Great guy. Love all of his ideas. Agree with everything he says, word for word. Including the bad stuff he said about me and the slander he made against me. All that stuff is great. Is Gremlins a horror movie? 100%. Yes. Yes, it is. Any tips for making, basically forcing myself to read theory as someone with ADHD? I mean, do you have an easier time with audiobooks? Something that helps me, if you go to Audible Anarchist, which is both a website and a YouTube channel, they have audiobooks on YouTube for free. And you can listen to those and just while you're doing something else. Like, I find something that helps me if I can't concentrate on reading something is I will just, like, play Minecraft and listen to an audiobook, and I have an easier time paying attention. So it's maybe something to try. Mario Maker? Yeah, but you know what I meant, though. Come on. Also, that's a great example, actually, because Mario Maker was a thing that was made by a small team of people before Nintendo gave them a cease and desist and made their own version of it. So, like, that isn't an innovation of capitalism. That's something that, like, other people just naturally wanted to do because they love doing it. And then the people who stood to make money from it crushed it, stole it, made their own thing. Would dong photos for cash cease under anarchism? Cash would, so therefore yes. Sex work would not. There would still be sex work under anarchism. This is a position I've taken some heat for. I stand by it. This may sound upsetting, but you have an evil twin I worked with who is a cop in the United States. You two may be related. The thing is, Cham Torino, what you experienced is a white guy with a beard. Every white guy with a beard looks the same. We're all the same. It's not me. I am neither a police officer, nor do I live in the United States. Thank God. For both. Not a joke here, the guy from Tribe 12 has been accused of some pretty heinous shit. Enough so that the dedicated Tribe 12 Discord broke with him and renamed itself. Oh, man, that's a bummer. Fuck. Marble Hornets is better anyway. You know what? I'm not thinking of Tribe 12. Everyman Hybrid is the one that I liked. I don't even know Tribe 12. I was thinking of Everyman Hybrid. Because there's 3 Slenderman ARGs. And the ones I liked are Marble Hornets and Everyman Hybrid. Hey Matt, do you still do any stand-up? Because I dig your sense of humor. Also, what's your honest opinion on this wackiness south of the border right now? It's pretty bleak, is my opinion. It's pretty rough. Tune in tomorrow to hear more on that. Unfortunately, it wouldn't be chill to discuss. No, I don't do stand-up anymore. I was not good at it, and I think this career path, I think, suits my sense of humor a little bit better, because my sense of humor isn't for everybody. So if you just throw it in front of random audiences, they're like, "What's this? Shut up! This guy's not funny. Stop it! Stop making jokes. You're not funny." And I'm like, "Right? I know, but if you put it on internet, anybody can find it, and then I can like develop an audience who, for whatever reason, likes the jokes, and that appeals to me better." You have a good twin in Australia that does some really good art. He looks and sounds like you, but with an Australian accent, I imagine? I can't do an Australian accent. Or really any accent. I'm from Newfoundland and I can't even do a Newfoundland accent. Turn the music back on? Music's still on. Music never went away. What are my thoughts on crabs and the tendency of things to gradually become crabs? I've heard this multiple evolution lines became crabs thing going around lately. And I'm waiting for someone to debunk it because I don't think it's true. I think it sounds to me like some, pardon the expression, crack.com science. Which is stuff that, like, you know, web articles that non-scientists read and misinterpret and then post and go, 5 crazy evolution facts that are gonna blow your mind. Hey, Thought Slime. IBEW Local 3 NYC loves your stuff. Keep it up, peace. That's awesome. I love to hear that. I was a police officer and I'm sorry I ever was. Yeah, I mean, there's, you know, look, people are police officers sometimes. If you're a cop, stop it. You don't have to be. You can just stop being a cop. I'm not gonna, like, fucking rake you over the coals for a job you used to have. You did the thing that I think cops should do, which is stop and acknowledge that the institution of policing is not good. Cody used to work at Cracked and his videos are highly scientific, so the crab cycle must be true. That's true. Cody does have some very scientific views vis-a-vis boars. And also Robert Evans worked at Cracked as well, and I love Robert Evans. I'm not trying to disparage Cracked. I was a big fan of Cracked, both the original Cracked magazine and the website. In fact, I bought legal copies of a bunch of old Cracked magazines on a nostalgia kick recently.
Why are your thoughts so dang slimy?
Because real workers are trying to get out of the slime. Is why. You know? But I because of the CIA funding neo-modern art movements, yeah, et cetera, I don't want to build subways. I want to live in the slime. Is the answer, apparently. What they're talking about is that there's a relative of, I think, the lobster that evolved a crab-like body shape. SciShow did an episode. Oh, I know all about it. I just think there's fewer crabs than people think there are. The Yautja from Predator is a humanoid crab thingy. I have not... It must be from one of the new Predators, because I don't remember that from Predators 1 or 2, or Alien vs. Predator. PBS Eons made a video on carcinization. Crabs real. Carcinization. Crabs real. There's no such thing as crabs. Where's the Maupin clip? Alright, you've been good. You've been very patient. Where is this dude? Is it... He might have blocked me, which would be really funny. There's so many fake Caleb Maupin accounts. He did block me! Hooray! Okay. Incognito tab? I can't imagine why. I've only ever praised him. Let's see here. I don't know where Lance found this video, by the way, of him doing an impression of Al Gore. So it might take me a moment to locate it. Let's see.
Broke become monk. Woke become crab. Bespoke become velocipaster fight wolf cup.
Okay, I got it. I got the video. Let's see here. So, what we do here. Okay. Let's turn off the music so we can really luxuriate in this one, folks. Hold on. I got so many pages open. Okay.
Oh, Biden. My name is Al Gore. Please don't do what I did and concede the election to a Republican. If you do that, you'll have to make documentaries about global warming. And that is boring. I know. Hang in there, Joe.
What do you think, everybody? So you got a future in show business, you think? Giallo, yay or nay? I'm not a big Giallo guy. I mean, I like a lot of... I like Suspiria, but it's barely a Giallo movie. Beyond that, I find them, I don't know, not as interesting. Whoa, the music's loud. Hold on. Yeah, like the start of all good impressions, he had to explain who he was by saying his name. Did he slow down his voice? I mean, he spoke slowly. That was his impression, essentially. It was so slow. But yeah, because Al Gore talks slow. It's comedy genius. This is his SNL audition tape. He's going to meet Lorne. If you'd like to see more funny videos like that, also, I got it from The Surfs. So twitch.tv/TheSurfsTV. They brought this to my attention, and I love it. I'm just tickled that he blocked me. How wonderful. It was Al Goreable. Pretty good. Pretty good. Have I seen Old Boy? I have seen Old Boy, and I quite liked it. And as you say, I have not seen the American version. I don't think I'm gonna. Didn't seem good. Caleb blocked me before I even made the video. I fought with Tankies a lot. Yeah, he seems a bit sensitive. I got messages from people saying they know him in real life and saying that he's definitely like very angry about my video. Which is funny because he really went hard at me, and I don't think he was prepared for me to like laugh in his face. And I love him so much. God. Does he have a Patreon? I would consider giving to it. Matt Taibbi is a Nazmul? I know that I think it's Matt Taibbi that did an article about his participation in sex trafficking. Everybody seems to brush on by.
Mobbin syndrome is a serious issue.
Did I ever do the Low Society podcast, Matt? No. No, I didn't. Can't say that I did. Don't think I'm gonna either. That's all I'll say on the matter. Caleb Maupin writes then a list of all his patrons and reads them off at the end of every video. Not only that, he writes them in a notebook. He doesn't even copy and paste. He gets a little notebook and writes down. It's hilarious. I have not watched Hassan Piker, really. HEP or mycelium resistance? Do you have to ask? Obviously, the resistance. Why on earth would I side with the repressive? It's the principle is the thing. It's the principle of it. Obviously, the resistance. For those of you that don't know, this is a reference to on Hermitcraft, the Minecraft server that I did a video about a couple months back. They have a fictional war called the Turf War, where two different factions are fighting to get a different type of grass growing in an area. So it's a turf war. Yeah, it's a lot of silly fun. I like to have fun. I like to laugh. Nazguls are better than Nazbols? What about when you gotta learn the difference between a ghoul and an Al-Ghul? It's not a TERF war, it's a TURF war. Come on. It's like grass, turf. Yeah. It's a really good joke. Hello, Slime Man, how's it going? Love it. How do we crawl out of poverty? That's a tough one. I don't know. I genuinely, if I didn't somehow become popular on YouTube, I would still be poor. So I don't have a good answer for you. I don't have a meaningful answer. You didn't know Cody Shoddy was from Cracked? Cody Shoddy started on Cracked. Originally, it was called Here's Some News. And that's why he says in every episode, "Oh, here's some news."
Get a job on Press TV.
I had to. In my head, I was like, "Wait, is it currently called Here's Some News?" No, it's Some More News now, and the podcast is Even More News. Anarcho-malarkeyism? I think you mean malarxism. Behind the Trump was good while it lasted? He did a series on Trump? I do not remember such a thing. He did Behind the Police. That was great. What horror movie should I watch this weekend? I would say you should watch the film Uninvited, which is about an evil cat that lives inside a regular cat. Does anyone know why Crack died? It got bought out by a new publisher, and they decided they didn't want to focus on video anymore, and then lost a bunch of money and fired all of their key talent, and everybody left because they were mad at them. Basically, capitalism killed Cracked. Is that on Netflix? No, and you probably shouldn't watch it, but I think it's on Shudder. Crossover with PhilosophyTube when? I don't know. He's I could probably get him to appear in a video, but I don't like asking bigger YouTubers to do favors for me. I prefer to do favors for smaller YouTubers. This is my way. It's funny because I genuinely like if someone has a bigger audience than me, I'm like, I will never ask them for anything, and that's like so not in line with my values, but I just can't. I can't help it. I'm too shy. Al ghouls have the better beats because of their al ghoul rhythms. Favorite soda? That would be Dr. Pepper. Specifically Diet Dr. Pepper. I only drink diet soda. I can't drink regular soda. It makes me feel weird. I get a weird feeling in the back of my head when I drink sugary soda. I don't know why. Because I don't get that from like beer, which has just as much sugar. But for some reason, if I eat like a sugary chocolate bar or a sugary soda, I get a weird feeling in the back of my head. To be honest, I feel kind of awful all the time because I'm a tiny YouTuber and I feel like I ride the coattails of people slightly bigger than me hoping to get attention. The only reason I have any attention to begin with is probably because of the Surfs, Lucid, and maybe Vaush. Well, the thing is, I don't think you should feel bad about that. I think that it's kind of the duty of bigger YouTubers, and if you were a leftist YouTuber, you should kind of, Lord forgive me for the phrase I'm about to say, spread the cloud around.
You have the most contagious
You
smile
know?
in the world. Thanks for bringing my poor mood up. Also, Dr. Pepper is my fab drink.
Dr. Pepper is a very fine soda. The people have spoken. Yeah, but like, just like, fucking, I don't know. To me, when I was starting out on YouTube, and it was just like a passion project for me that I put a lot of work into, and I got no views, and I got so disheartened so fast. And I put up my first video, and in the 2 months it took me to make my second video, I got about 60 views, and most of them were me and people I knew, and it was a gut punch. It felt awful, and that didn't change until Kevin Logan mirrored one of my videos, and then within a week I had 1,000 subscribers. Within another week of that I had 2,000. Right, I went from like none to 1,000 to 2,000 like practically overnight. And so that, to me, it's like, I know that feeling. I know how much it hurts when you, and also how arbitrary it is, right? That like, it wasn't like there was a huge jump in quality from 1,000 to 2,000. It's just more people saw me, you know? So to me, that's why I place such a priority on paying that forward and respecting that. And like, I get a lot of messages from people that,
I just heard something on Twitter and checked it with everyone I know, but anecdotally it seems by people like Dr. Pepper. I like Dr. Pepper.
yeah. No comment. So yeah, I choose to pay that forward. I choose to respect that. And I get a lot of messages from people saying that, like, you know, the eyeball zone, whatever that is, helped them grow. And that's something that I love to hear. That always makes me happy. And I'm looking forward to, like, people in the eyeball zone outgrowing me, right? People who I could give a leg up to, and they go on to become bigger than I, which there's probably some in there now at this point. I've done over 100 of them. I'm working on starting a political channel now, and you were the one that inspired me to do it. I have this effect. They look at me and they say, well, if he can do it, I can do it. If this guy can do it, I can do it. Do you think it's weird that you're the only RedTuber that does anything comparable to the Eyeball Zone? Why don't other creators prioritize signal boosting small channels? Well, if for one, that's not true. I know Non-Compete does it. I know that Jack Saint does it. I know that Curio does it. And for another thing, it's a lot of work. It's more work than you might expect. Because it's not like like the fact that I put one in every video means that like every week I am scanning through like hundreds of emails looking for a project that I can use. And people send me like the weirdest stuff that I just like, oh, here's a sticker I saw. Can you put that in the Eyeball Zone? I'm like, no, that's just the sticker you found. It's like, I can't do that, And like people get on my butt a lot because I tend to focus on YouTube videos, because if there's a YouTube link in an email, I know that there's content I can watch and look over, right? And like I'll never do a podcast, because to me, like, an episode of a podcast is like an hour long, and I'd have to take a whole hour to just sit there and listen to one episode, and I could listen to that, and and then like 15 episodes back, and so they said something wildly problematic, and then I can't the Surfs do too, obviously, yes. But it's a lot of work. It's probably why a lot of people, like, I can afford to do it because it's my full-time job, right? But it's not just nothing, and furthermore, I don't think that like small channels have a duty to necessarily do anything like that. I think like a channel of my size, I don't even think I have a duty to do it. I do it because I think it's a good thing to do. But like, I don't think anyone should feel that it is their responsibility to do it. Yeah, I don't know. Is there an Eyeball Zone Masterlist? There is indeed. I put it in the description of every video. Do you allow one email to the Eyeball Zone a week, or just one forever? So the reason that I stress exactly one email is because when I started it, there were a few people that would email me, and then the next week they'd be like, hey, why aren't you putting me in here? Why aren't you doing me? And then every week they would send me an email. And then they would move on to every day sending me an email. And then it was multiple times a day. And then it was like, well, no, this is untenable. Because then my email was just filling up with emails from the same handful of people. And so I was like, I'm not doing this. And if you just try and spam me with it, I'm just going to delete it. I'm never going to feature you. Like, you lost your shot if you did that. Because that's a shitty approach in my view. If I'm doing a thing that is like to help people, to like get in front of everyone else and crowd them out and go like, give me the help. It's like, no, then you don't get it. You don't get the thing. You're not doing this in the spirit that it was meant in. Next Halloween flavor idea, Dr. Pepper and Mr. Lime. I like that. I like that a lot. Also, that sounds like it would be really good. You talked briefly about a metaphorical spider earlier. Do you listen to the Magnus Archive? If so, do you have a favorite fear? I don't know what that is. Is that a podcast? But yeah, so I didn't actually answer the question. If you sent me more than one email for a reasonable reason, I'm not going to hold it against you. I probably won't even notice, to be honest. If it's been like a year and you think I've like not noticed your project, feel free to send a second email. If you take advantage, then you won't get featured. And I gotta tell you, odds are any one person who sends in an email to the Eyeball Zone is not gonna get featured, because I do literally get hundreds of applications a week, you know, so. It is indeed a potted cast. I have not heard of it. For the record, I am very afraid of spiders. I am ridiculously arachnophobic, like to a degree that is thoroughly embarrassing for an adult. Like I react to a spider the same way an infant would. What is my goal beyond talking about issues, if there is one? Well, I would like to think educating people and entertaining people. Not necessarily in that order. I never want to look like this soy boy. I wouldn't worry about it. You couldn't if you tried. You don't got what it takes, manny. Get out of here. Get out of here. You weird toxic masculinity troll. I don't care if spiders are good moral beings. I have a visceral, physical response to them. And nothing I have read to make myself understand them more has made them less scary. I have not found them to be less scary after finding out that they digest things outside of their own body. I hate roaches more than spiders. I've thankfully never encountered a cockroach. Not as big of a thing, I think, in Canada as they are in the States. I know people that have had, like, roach infestations in their apartments. I've never had to deal with that, thankfully. Dragonflies are cool. The thing about dragonflies is they kind of bum me out because they spend like a lot of time in their larval form and they get to be a dragonfly for like 2 days and then they die. And dragonflies are the best flyers in the animal kingdom. They can fly backwards. They're the only animal that can do that. So you just become like a helicopter for like 2 days after spending like however long as a little grub. Does that include scorpions too? Because I'm afraid of spiders, but I've pet scorpions. That's very strange. I will say that, like, the depth of my phobia is such that I find spiders more frightening than scorpions, even though they're objectively not. And a scorpion is cool because it's like an action figure animal. It's got weapons. So I like that. But there are thankfully no scorpions in anywhere near me, so that I know of. But like they're not indigenous to this area, so I've never had to encounter one. I used to have dreams that flying scorpions invaded my town, and that scared me. That's just a dream. It probably can't happen, or maybe it can. I don't know. I don't want to find out. You love all animals, but not ticks? What about Dutik, who says spoon and has Arthur as a sidekick? Dot Slime literally made a video about class reductionism. Yeah, but I feel like the context you're missing there is that I was against it. I do not like it. If you're trying to imply that I made a video in favor of class reductionism, I don't think that's fair. I don't think I did do that. Yeah, the tick says spoon. It's his catchphrase. What about murder hornets? I know nothing of... I know they're just very big hornets with painful stings, and this does not endear me to them. Big weird puppets versus harmless arachnids. Easy. I like wet puppets. Get it right. What's that climbing up your wall? Oh, ooh, my finger is hovering over that ban button. That is not cool, dude. Which vid was the one on class reductionism? I did one that was specifically about, it was called, like, Does Identity Politics Divide the Left? That one sucks, though. Don't watch that. I did one, it was called Fake Materialism for Real Transphobes, and it was the start of Malpin Gate. Vivette puppets. How do people tap so fast? Centipedes currently have an infestation of them. I don't have a problem with centipedes. Human centipedes I'm not a big fan of. As far as I'm concerned, every human centipede can go eat shit. My wife just knocked on the door. Give me 1 second. There we go. All right, I'm back. She needed her laptop, everybody. It's fine. I was not muted. I knocked the cord out of my microphone, and then I had to fuck with things to get it to work again. Vinegaroons? I don't know what that means. Aussie scorpions are surprisingly not very venomous. At most the same as a bee sting. I have 2 black rock scorpions, 2 marbled, and a Flinders Ranges scorpion. The marbled ones are super pretty. That sounds pretty, but I am not going to look at a photo of a marbled scorpion to confirm. Marbled is just a pretty word. And marble is a pretty material. I would love to get a pet rat, is a thing I've been fantasizing about lately, but there's no way I could talk my wife into it. Don't lie, I know that was Mothra. I can neither confirm nor deny whether I am married to Mothra, and whether or not I live in a house with Mothra and the 2 twins that live inside a little clam that are friends with Mothra. They dribble a little pee everywhere they go. It's relatable. There's one leftist channel with a ferret for a pet/editor. You're thinking of Kay and Skittles. Unless there's another leftist channel with that very specific gimmick. Kay and Skittles get the Thought Slime stamp of approval. I have in fact eyeballed them, whatever that means. Do I have a hidden music playing music, or is that some spooky shit from TS? That's me, baby. That's my music. I'm playing it. I did it. If you were listening closely, you might have heard my wife, who may or may not be Mothra, sneeze. Thoughts on the Pokemon anime? Favorite of Pokemon? I really liked the when I was a kid, there were 151 Pokemon, and I watched the Johto series, and I loved that. And I recently rewatched a few episodes because I'm a very sad person with a lot of emotional troubles. And it's surprisingly really good. Like, it's really well animated, and the painted background's beautiful. And my favorite Pokemon is Clefairy. Name your rat Ratthew. I wanted to name him Templeton after the rat in Charlotte's Web. They're making a Hellraiser series. I expect nothing. But Clive Barker is on board, so that gives me some hope. What music is this? It's from Pretzel. It's the ambient playlist. Remember to get more than one rat. It's much healthier for them. This is all... Don't worry, I will not be getting a rat. I will not be allowed. When COVID is over... When COVID is Covover, think you'll do another meetup with the likes of Step Back and the Surfs? Well, the Surfs live in BC, so probably not them, but with Step Back, absolutely. With Step Back, Mexi, We're in Hell, Jose Nada J, etc. I just came to congratulate you on the punny title. What pun? What pun? Wow, we need to chill now more than ever? Such thing is not a pun. Who keeps deleting Jack's attempts at trolling? What? Who does troll? I see not a troll. $10 BRL. What unit of currency is this? This is the thing that interests me. I hear you owe the biggest troll $6 though. Has Joe Biden taken the Electoral College? With real votes, not fake illegal votes. With legal votes. Rats are the best pets if you can deal with how short their lifespans are. That is the thing that I think would get to me about it. Almost doesn't count for anything except in horseshoes and the other part of the expression I always forget. Hand grenades, that's the other part. I live in Alberta and you can't own rats here and it makes me sad. How can the government stop you from owning rats? Simply, if the government comes and says, what are you doing in owning this rat? You say, this is not my rat. This is but an infestation in my beloved cage. That is what's happening here. I own the cage. It got infested with rats. I should be asking you why there's rats in my cage. Why aren't you taking care of the rat problem in this city? Nick's not trolling, just being a douche? Who is this Nick? Nicholas? Stop this. You're upsetting people. I'm not seeing it. I'm seeing a guy that says, pigs make good pets, get pig. Such things are not douchely, in my opinion. Pigs are in fact smart. And there's a Jack person. People ask if this Jack person is okay. I don't see a Jack in chat. What a chatsters. Any idea what you're going to stream next week? I never know. I didn't have anything prepared this week. Although, just in case, I do have the BitChute account for World Alternate Media in another tab. Just in case I need him. Unless he's on the YouTube. I'm looking at both chats. I don't see neither. Paired with Mr. Freeze, chill becomes an instant pun. I see. You know what killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age! Jack from BioShock. I don't like BioShock. I don't think it's a good video game. Get a pet Vinegaroon. It's like a friendly scorp. I need not of such things. No arthropods, please. Brazilian Reyes? Reyes? I don't know how to pronounce this word. I'm learning there's a lot of words I can't pronounce. Someone in one of my videos today was like, you need speech therapy, Thought Slime. You're always fucking up words. And it's like, I say so many words. I think I don't get enough credit for the words that I do pronounce correctly. I say so many more words to the public than the average person does. Angry Jack from Innuendo Studios. That guy. Say that there's a guy, and he's angry all the time. Have I ever listened to Welcome to Night Vale? I feel like it would be right up your alley. I love Welcome to Night Vale, but I haven't listened to it in a couple of years. I went to one of their live shows, which was a lot of fun. It was fun trying to explain to the friends that I brought along with me the mythology. Like, people were cosplaying in... And if you don't follow Welcome to Night Vale, any Welcome to Night Vale costume sounds like nonsense. Like, there was someone there wearing, they dressed as a town founder, and they were wearing the soft meat crown. And I was trying to explain that to the friends that I bought. Oh, you see, the people that founded Night Vale wore soft meat crowns. And they're like, what does that mean? I'm like, I'm not speaking in code. It is what it is. It is as it sounds. You completely changed my view on anarchism and communism. I kind of get now that power itself is the issue. How do you defeat human nature, though? I don't think it is human nature. I believe that human nature is malleable. I don't believe that we have a set, fixed nature. And I think that there's just as many... Well, first of all, I would say read Mutual Aid: A Factor of Evolution by Peter Kropotkin, which I think addresses this subject better than I'm going to do here in this stream. But the idea that we are, by nature, we give into authority is, I think, like, no, authority can impose itself on us, but I think by nature we resist authority. We always have. And for every example you can think of someone acting in a selfish way, there's just as many examples of people acting in truly selfless ways. And I think that people are not motivated by some intrinsic nature, but rather by what they are incentivized to do. And because we live in a system that incentivizes selfishness and individuality or individualism, we shut ourselves off from one another and become selfish and individualistic. And I don't think it has to be that way. I don't think there's anything about people that make them that way. I think people are social creatures. We desire company. We desire friends and families and community structures and networks. And I think that that's closer to a human nature than what we're currently living, which I think is completely artificial. This music really fits with what he's saying. Oh, I'm being uplifting. It's a chill stream. What is this? It says based. That's what I felt it would say. Is pineapple on pizza an ethical issue? I think it's fine to have a pineapple on a pizza. I don't personally like it, unless it's paired with banana peppers, in which case it is amazing. It's a little bit sweet, a little bit spicy. Love that. But just, eat whatever on a pizza that you like. Have the pizza of your dreams. Thanks for streaming. Please consider Atarados for Scaredy Cats. I've not heard of this. I will check it out. Pizza is the worst pineapple topping. I like pineapple. Is fine in general. My wife makes fun of me because I don't like fruit, which is not true. I like fruit. I given the choice between fruits and vegetables, I prefer vegetables. There are some fruits that I like. They're few and far between. I like cantaloupe. That's a very good fruit. Tomatoes are technically a fruit. Big fan. Apples, bananas, grapes, oranges. Love them. Love all those. Is ketchup a vegetable? It is a vegetable slurry mixed with vinegar. I hate fruit and veggies. How can I be vegan? Beans! Is mayonnaise a fruit? I thought you were going to say is mayonnaise a slur. And it's both. There's a product, and I don't know if I don't know if other places have this, but I've seen it in Ontario. I haven't seen it anywhere else. And I don't know a delicate way to put this, so I'll just say it as I'll call it as I sees it. It is in the drugstore. It's in the black hair section for black people hair. There's like a separate section for black hair products because black people's hair is different, typically. And it's called hair mayonnaise. And I don't know why someone thought that was a good thing to name it. Because no one who would buy that and put it in their hair. But it's always there, and it's been there for years, so someone's buying this shit. You do? Does it bother you, Whittlebug, that they called it that? That they called it that thing? That's such a gross name? This is such a unique opportunity for me, because I've never met anyone that actually uses it. Is it good? Does it help? Is it a good product? I guess it would have to be if you name it that and people are still buying it. The product is amazing. Can you offer any insight? And I'm sorry to put you on the spot, Whittlebug. Twitch.tv/Whittlebug, everybody. Can you offer any insight into why it is named that? Is there any reason? Does it just look like mayonnaise? You feel free to say, hey, Dot Slime, stop asking me about the hair mayonnaise. I regret telling you that I use hair mayonnaise. By all means. Because people would use mayonnaise. I see. That makes sense. That's very upsetting, but it makes sense. Oh boy, I've learned some hard truths here today. My Dr. Pepper take was so good that I like Dr. Pepper. Thoughts on the racist fishermen in Nova Scotia? They're disgusting, and it's absolutely horrible, and it makes me ashamed to be an Atlantic Canadian. I think every time like Canadians get smug to Americans saying like, oh, you know, it's so bad down there. You know, you look at things like that, and Canada's exactly the same. We're exactly the same settler colonialist society that America is, and we have this bug up our butt like we're better. We're not. My wife, who has black hair, uses a product just called cholesterol for her conditioner. I don't like that. Read the NS Lobster TV. How do I convince my friend that the commercial fishermen's conservation concerns are just a bullshit excuse? I'm not sure you can, to be honest, because if they look at the situation and they think that the real problem here is the indigenous people are fishing too much. The people have been doing it for literal centuries without this being a problem. They're the issue, right? Not the overfishing, the commercialization. You know, I'll tell you, this is very analogous to a situation that happened in Newfoundland, where in the 90s, we overfished our cod fishery and drove the cod nearly to extinction. And there was no native fishery that made that happen. So it's just a weird coincidence, right? That keeps happening in the same area of the world. People are always like, oh, Canadians are so nice. And I'm like, fuck you. Fuck you. I got threatened more in London, Ontario than in Detroit. Yeah, London is not... Well, see, that's not a fair example because London, I would not say, is exactly typical of Canada. I did some shows in London when I was a stand-up comedian. And I was once physically pulled out of a cab after getting in a cab. And then the guy got in the cab and told the cab driver where to go. And the cab driver's like, what are you going to do? It's all the same to me. And then I got followed out into the street by a lady who was screaming. And she got into the green room of the show and just started talking to people. And everybody thought that someone else was friends with her. And then it turns out that she was like full on ranting and raving, like seriously ill. And she followed us out into the streets screaming. And also, 2 separate people, same trip, tried to piss on me. 2 different individuals who were both publicly urinating, both saw me, said, I've got an idea. I'm gonna piss on that guy. So that's London. Also, speaking of Canadian racism, I've been considering starting a channel on our own secret racist history and politics. Thoughts? I think everybody knows what I'm going to say. You start the channel, do the channel, make the thing. That is a thing that is needed. That is a great topic for a YouTube channel. Make it. Just make the dang channel. Do the channel, make the channel, do the thing. Do it now, before you forget. Do it. Do it. You just must be a pissable guy. I get that sometimes. People say this to me. What's a normal Thought Slam week? Do you have a very methodic schedule or are you always rushing towards the deadline? Both. So typically on Friday I rest. Saturday I We'll try and watch a Scaredy Cats movie. Then I write a script. And if I have time left over, do some Patreon drawings. Monday, I film and edit a Scaredy Cats. Tuesday, more Patreon drawings. Wednesday, I try to have a Thought Slime script done. Usually don't finish till early Thursday when I film and edit that. And then on Thursday, I also stream. Canadians aren't nice. We're polite, which is great when we're being kind, and deceptive when we're being racist and horrible. Yes, this is the truth of the matter. But the stereotype is that we're nice, which is why whenever someone says it to me, I tell them to fuck off. And I slap them, open palm across the face. And I throw my drink at them. And I steal their wallet.
I got the money.
Everybody wants someone else to step up? They said they were gonna make the channel. I already have a YouTube channel where I make videos. I have 2, as a matter of fact. I can't step up more than this. This Jack guy is fucking relentless. I'm not seeing Jack in the chat. Oh, there he is. Looks like Ron got him. Your content is great, Thought Slime. Keep up the great work. Thank you. What stickers are on your laptop, Thought Slime? I actually don't want to show you that. Actually, I can show you except for one of them. Hold on. Couple of these are a school I went to, so I don't want to show you that. But this is the Thought Slime logo. You probably remember that one. This is the clown box from my brother and me's TV show. This is the Maximum Fun rocket, because I'm a Maximum Fun donor. And this is a JavaScript symbol. Multi-level marketing where Thought Slime just makes us all make channels. I'm not going to make any money from your YouTube channels. If anything, it's going to saturate the market. It's going to give people alternatives. And then you go out there, you make your amazing content, they see mine and they go, well, why do they even like this guy? And there's all this great channel, this new channel about Canadian racism. There's Thought Slime merch and stickers. I have like a stack of stickers that American Johnson gave me, but I don't sell them. I just give them if people recognize them. If people recognize me, I'm like, oh well, here's a sticker. But I don't sell them anywhere. Have I heard of That Dang Dead? Oh, have I heard? I have, in fact, submitted them to the terror of the eyeball zone, whatever that is. That's an old JavaScript symbol. That's not the current JavaScript symbol. Yeah, because I'm using JavaScript 3. I haven't learned JavaScript 4 yet. Where can I go to find you? You must work this out on your own. I will not dox myself so that you can have a sticker. What drew me to anarchism as opposed to other branches of leftism? Because I agreed with its principles. I never know how to answer this question. We already know you went to PragerU. It's not a real university. You can't go there. If I emerge from under your bed in the middle of the night, can I have a sticker? Yes. Probably shouldn't set that precedent, but yes. Of course. Why are you streaming from inside IKEA? IKEA sells cheap furniture, so that's where I buy my furniture. Honestly, I was low-key surprised that the inclusion of Burzum in the soundtrack wasn't mentioned in The Color Out of Space. Ooh, I didn't know that. That's gross. Why would they do that? Why would they put Burzum in their movie? That's gross. Burzum is a death metal group that were headed by Vargs Vikernes, who's a neo-Nazi, and they famously one of their band members died, and they like did a bunch of gross shit with his body. It's a real bleak story. Black metal, not death metal. Who cares? Varg also murdered one of his bandmates? He did? He did go to jail, I know this. One of my favorite things about Varg Vikernes, which is a weird thing to say about a neo-Nazi murderer, is that he exclusively uses the font Papyrus because he believes it causes the most psychic... Because it's the worst font, it therefore causes the most psychic suffering, and is therefore the most evil font. Burger King money. That's the Pokemon there. I know that one, I think. Do I like the movie Green Room? I do like the movie Green Room. I have never seen Blue Ruin, though. I leave for 5 minutes and y'all start talking about black metal without me. Literally the one subject everyone knows about black metal. Comic Sans is dyslexia friendly, though. There was a video essay that was popular many moons ago, when the Earth was young and before the seas were bent. That was about how Comic Sans achieves perfectly what it set out to do, and that it's readable on the display that it was made for. Anyway, I find it's a great meme font. Green Room is good, but depressing as fuck. I think the thing that depressed me the most about it was that Anton Yelchin died shortly after making it, and he was really good in the movie. Name of the channel? I don't remember. Do I like the type of organism parasite? No. It's a bad organism, in my opinion. Didn't the Vsauce guy make the Comic Sans video, or did he just make one of them? It may have been Vsauce. That makes sense. That makes sense. Story checks out. Do I like the movie Parasite? It was fine. Are political questions okay right now? All questions are political, but yes, they're fine. What's my favorite movie? It is Superman the Motion Picture from 1978, directed by Richard Donner. It's the very good movie. There's an ex-teacher that was in the Eyeball Zone a few weeks back that I really enjoyed. Is that Dan Drambles? Dan Drambles? Fave Isaac synergy? I obviously is Spoonbender plus Brimstone. What can I say? It's a classic. Does everyone you know look to you for advice? Because they should. No, I don't think they should. I think if you should definitely take any advice I give with a grain of salt, because I don't got my shit figured out. Best Lex Luthor. Clancy Brown from Superman the Animated Series and Justice League / Justice League Unlimited is the best Lex Luthor. Coming in number 2 on my list of best Lex Luthors, you've got Michael Rosenbaum from TV Smallville. Coming in number 3 on my list of best Lex Luthors, you've got John Cryer from the CW Arrowverse. Do you read many comics? I recommend Watchmen by Alan Moore. Oof. Hey. Dan ripped off the Eyeball Zone with his last video. He's another good one. I don't know what the Eyeball Zone is. He can have it. If I had to pick a metal to use for orbital bombardment rods, what would it be? Black metal. Jesse Eisenberg, worst Lex Luthor? I mean, he was pretty bad. In my opinion. Where does Giancarlo Esposito fall in your Lex Luthor list? Where was he Lex Luthor? In what? Because he's a good choice. I guess that leaves Gene Hackman. Well, as much as I like Gene Hackman in general, I do not enjoy his portrayal of Lex Luthor. I mean, it works in the movie, but I don't feel like it really nails the character, to be honest. And I know there was also Kevin Spacey, who regrettably was pretty good. I wish he wasn't. Do I have a favorite Transformer? Soundwave, because of his cool voice. Would you play on Mario Kart? It's Yoshi, because he's got the best acceleration. Why is Superman white? There's actually a comic that addresses this in the most tone-deaf way imaginable, where Superman argues to a black man that he's not white, you see. He simply appears white. In fact, he's Kryptonian, and therefore he's not white, which is dog shit, because of course, by appearing white, he gets all of the privileges of whiteness. It's clearly written by white people. But why is Superman white? Because he was written by white people. I think you could make a movie. Why can't Superman be black? I think it's fine. John Boyega is Superman. Let's make it happen. Everyone in this chat is obligated to make John Boyega play Superman in the next Superman movie. Feels like forced diversity? Yeah, it is. That's what we're doing. We're forcing diversity. Because diversity rules. Best Joker was Mark Hamill, obviously. Dot slime. Jews are just white. 2020. I mean, some Jews are. Yeah. Who would you want as a villain in a Superman movie? I think Brainiac would be good. At least 2 people now want to know how viscous is your ideal slime. I would say that a certain gloopiness is necessary, so that if you pick it up, it gloops, if that makes sense. Who would I cast as Lex Luthor? Can John Boyega play both in like a Mike Myers style, plays all the characters in the movie type of thing? And Lois Lane too. He plays Lois, who we renamed to Lois Lane. Idris Elba, yeah, I could see that working. It's been a while since I've seen Idris Elba in like a serious role. Vincent D'Onofrio would be a good. I did not like his Kingpin. Well, actually, that's not true. I didn't like his Kingpin in season 1, but I liked it in season 3 of Daredevil. Bryan Cranston, that could be good. Ooh, John Goodman, that I like. James Matters would make a good Lex Luthor. You mean James Marsters? He played Brainiac on Smallville. What do the 3 arrows stand for? They're against monarchism, fascism, and Bolshevism. Stream die. Stream is dying. I think I'm gonna call it for a night. Anyway. Let's see. Let's see who we can raid. All right, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take off. I'm gonna send you over to Jackalus Santa Claus, and you must